Hello and welcome back to another episode of Holistic Happiness Club. And this episode is about small changes, things that you can tweak in your day-to-day routine or weekly routine, but and these things take less than 5 minutes, but they have a massive returns for your whole life. They can boost your happiness, they can increase your success, they can make you healthier, they can make you de-stressed and promote your stress-free living. They can enhance your connections. So these are small things, minor adjustment in your day-to-day routine, but they have big results in each and every area of your life. So before we get into this episode, I want to say thank you. Thanks to you, and special thanks to each one of those people who listens to Holistic Happiness Club each week. Your investment of time in Holistic Happiness Club is the fuel, is the motivation for me to keep going and put up some meaningful content each week. Right? So thank you so much for being part of this holistic journey. And as I always say, that I will try to give you the maximum value for the investment of your time. So in this episode also, I will try to give you the maximum value that you can get from anywhere else for the time that you invest in Holistic Happiness Club. So without further delay, let's get into the episode. Hi, my name is Akshay Tiwari. I am a holistic happiness coach, author of the book named Usher, and founder of Holistic Happiness Club. Holistic Happiness Club is the place where we talk about happiness holistically. We understand that happiness is not a single faceted concept, it's a multifaceted thing. And that's why it needs to be looked at holistically from a 360-degree perspective, because there are so many things that contributes to your success and happiness. And in Holistic Happiness Club, we try to take into account all these things. Right. So more about Holistic Happiness Club and more about me at the end of this episode. But for now, let's enjoy this conversation of the day. Small changes that can give massive dividends for life. All right, so let's begin the topic of the day. Small changes that can give you massive dividends for life. So the first thing is consume educational content at 1.5x. What is 1.5x? Means the normal speed, you can switch it to 1.5x. So in YouTube, in Udemy, in Audible, wherever you consume your educational content in audio or visual format, most of the places has this option that you can switch the speed to 1.5x. So what will happen that if there is a 15 minutes of content, you can consume it in 10 minutes. And why 1.5x, why not 2x? Because I got this advice that you can switch it to 2x and you can save your 50% amount of the time, and I switched to 2x. But at the 2x speed, normally when I started out, I was not able to make sense of so many things. Right? If you are a native English speaker, maybe that content will make sense to you, and if the content is in your native language, then also at 2x speed that content will make sense to you. But if you are listening in a foreign language, let's say English, if English is not your mother tongue, then switching to 1.5x, that makes the most sense to me. So I started, when I started listening to at a 2x speed, most of the time I was not able to make sense of the things, so I reduced it to 1.5x. So I am giving this advice on based on my personal experience. So I switched it to on 1.5x, and I was able to understand and listen and comprehend each and everything which I was able to at 1x speed. So 1.5x was 50% faster. At the same time, it was giving exact same amount of comfort to me, and I would say that it was keeping me engaged as well, it was keeping me focused as well. All right, so you will save a lot of time and retention will be same as it is on 1.1x. And as you get comfortable with 1.5x, in many videos, in many content, you can switch it to 1.75x later, or maybe 2x also. Nowadays I have switched to this 1.5x around 6 to 8 months back, and slowly for many of the content I switched it to 1.75x, and then many of the content I could switch it to 2x. Nowadays all my audiobooks I consume at 2x. All the English audiobooks, English is not my native language, I consume at 2x, and I am able to understand most of the things. 90-95% of the things I am able to understand at 2x. And if the content is in my native language, which is Hindi, I am able to switch up to 2.5 or 3x as well. So if there is a 12-hour long audiobook in Hindi, I can consume that audiobook in 4 hours and still be able to understand most of the important things. So if you are not able to switch to 3x, start with 1.5x. I think within 1 month or 2 month, you will get comfortable with 1.5x, and then you can slowly increase it. So it will save you 50% of the time. Something if you are learning in 10 hours, you will be able to learn it in 5 hours when you switch it to 2x. And and if you are not in the beginning, something which you are consuming at in 1.5 hour, that you can consume it in 1 hour, still you are saving 50% of the time, right? Okay, so that is one small thing, one small habit that you can start today and save hours and hours of the time going forward in life. So that's thing number one. Thing number two, curate your feed. See what happens. For example, Instagram. Some people here, when we are connected with multiple people, people share a lot of content with each other, right? Maybe somebody is sharing reels to you, that reel that might have resonated with them. So let's say there are two people, A and B. A wants to use Instagram to learn about health tips, and B wants to use the Instagram for laughter, for entertainment, for cats and dog videos and whatnot. All right. So B has watched some video that was funny, and he had shared it with A. Now A has watched that video. It was a good laugh, and it was the end of the topic for that particular time. But let's say that this person B has shared multiple suggestions, multiple reels that were funny. The slowly in A's feed, these funny things, funny content will also start showing up, right? And A did not want that. So this happens with a lot of us. It happened with me. It happened with a lot of my friends as well. All right. So what you need to do is that there in multiple platform, this option is available. It is in YouTube, it is in Instagram as well, that you can go for more options. Mostly there are this three dot icon, you can click on that, and you can tell that engine that I do not like this content, please do not show this to me. And when you do this to 4 5 7 piece of content, that engine learns that you are not interested in this type of content anymore. So you need to teach the engine that I am not interested in this particular type of content. So hence your feed will be very curated to your interest. So whenever you are going to Instagram or whenever you are going to YouTube, if whatever your interest is, so let's say your interest is health and fitness, it will not take you out of that league, right? Because we know that Instagram and YouTube are made to be addictive. It will keep on showing you one thing after the other, and it's kind of an endless loop. It's kind of a rabbit hole. Once you enter into it, a lot of time goes waste. So at least curate your feed. So when you are on those social media platform, at least you will be able to learn meaningful things. All right, so this is one single thing, and if you are doing it, it will not take more than 5 minutes, and if you are doing it once in 3 months, your feed will be very curated to your interest. It will save you from mental fatigue, from a lot of mental fatigue, and it will give you some value which you are seeking out of that platform. All right, so that was the thing number 2. Next is drop a message to people. Now, what kind of message and which person do you need to drop? So anytime, so let's say you and your friend is talking, and you started a conversation about a third person who was your college friend or whatever that you both happen to know. Okay, so since the conversation just has popped up, just let that person know, hey, I was thinking of you, I just wanted to check you whether you are all right or not, or whatever kind of message that suits you, to check on that person how he is doing. It will take less than a minute to just drop a message, but it will keep the connection going, right? So many times in this busy world, we are so much occupied with our screens, with our mobile phone, with our television, with our work screen, means laptop and all. We don't get to connect with actual people. See, technology gives us very easy access to connect with people, but still we fail to leverage that advantage, that at a fingertip we can let the other person know that I was thinking of you. So in this way, when you are dropping a message to a person, that person will get to know that you were thinking about him, right? And in the long run, so let's say that you are messaging just one person in 1 week, it will take less than 30 seconds for one message. And if there is a conversation that is getting started with that message, it will take maybe 5 to 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So 5-10 minutes or 15 minutes of total investment in a week, it will keep the connections going, it will make them meaningful, right? So instead of just some person in your friend list of 510 1,000 people, instead of that you will be able to make 10, 5, 12 meaningful connections, right? All right, so this was a very subtle thing, very small thing, but it will it will keep your connections alive, it will keep your connections, make your connections real. So people who are resonated with you, people who resonate with you, with your values, with your qualities, they will message you back, and in some short amount of time, let's say 6 months or 8 months down the line, you will be able to make 5 good connections, right? Okay, so this was very short thing. This was the thing number 3. Next is phone away time and notification away time. So decide on your day that which time is going to be your phone away time for work. Okay, so what you need to do is, while you are working, keep your phone away. Okay, I'm not asking you to shut down all the notification that are coming in your laptop for your work. Keep them going just because you're working. Just keep the phone away or keep it in the silent mode, or best is to keep it away, that so that you cannot reach to it. Half an hour of window, 1 hour of window, or 2 hour of window, that's up to you, that you can decide. But whatever time you are going to work for something, just keep the phone away, so that your personal notification does not bother your professional work, right? You will not believe, this is a small thing, it takes less than 30 seconds to keep the phone away and less than 30 seconds to pick it up again after the work is done. But you will not believe how much time it can save for you. The thing is, I'm a software engineer. So many times I have seen myself that if something is taking time to load, so we need to run some services to load our project. So sometime when these things are taking some time, I was having this habit to uh, pick the phone and start checking some feeds, start checking some messages. And because something was loading in the background which was going to take around 1 minute or 2 minutes, but because I started checking the feed, it will take 5 minutes or 10 minutes of my time. It was killing the time, number one. Number two, it was not keeping me focused. While I was checking the feed and all, it was taking my focus away from the real thing, from the real work. So it is a win-win. Number one, it will save a lot of time for you. Okay, that you can squander mindlessly scrolling. And another thing, whatever time you are spending on your work, it will be quality time, it will be focused time. So in that particular amount of time, you will be able to get done with so much more, right? So practice this whenever you are working for half an hour, 1 hour, 2 hour, whatever suits you. Just keep the phone away from you. Next thing is notification away time. Okay, this might take a little bit more time, because what I'm asking here is to you that don't take any gadget with you. Don't sit in front of television. Do not take mobile. Do not take work with you, and spend some time with yourself. And do what? Do nothing. Or maybe whenever you feel, you can set some agenda that okay, in this 5 minutes or 10 minutes or 15 minutes, what I'm going to do, I'm going to reflect on my week. In this 15 minute, I am going to reflect on my progress. Or in this 15 minute, I am going to think of how my next week is going to look like, or how my weekend is going to look like, right? But do that keeping all the notification away, every technological thing away. Okay, and the best thing is not to have any agenda. Just keep the mind wander, let the mind wander wherever it wants to go, let it go. Right, so this is um, the thing that keep your phone away. And that is for the working time. And for personal growth, for personal me time, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, you need to keep yourself away from notification, all kind of notification, personal and professional. And if you can spend that time in nature, in sitting in some park, or sitting in the sunlight, morning or evening sunlight, that is even better. All right, so this was another tip that can give you massive returns, because one, it will increase your productivity at work. Second, it will give you time for personal reflection on the past, and it will give you time to to think of some plans for the future. And it will give you time to let your thoughts wander, or let your emotions come out, because most of the time many things we are not able to feel because of our busy schedule. But when you are sitting with yourself, those things will start coming up, popping up from within. That's how they will get processed, right? So this is a massive productivity booster. This is a massive emotional intelligence booster, or should I say de-stressor as well. Okay, so this is a very small thing, but it has very big impact. Okay, next thing is add minimalism. Okay, I am not asking you to go all round minimalistic here, but I'm asking, in the major areas of your life, try to add the touch of minimalism. I have another episode regarding the minimalism. It was in the beginning of 2024 when I made that episode about minimalism, how you can simplify your life through minimalism. What I'm asking here is just to add one flavor of minimalism, at least in one area of your life which is much more cluttered, or whichever feels easier for you to add minimalism in it. Right, so if you have too many apps which are not doing anything and sitting idle in your phone, just giving you notification time to time and taking your precious time and focus away from you, delete those apps. If you have some subscription, let's say you have 10 uh, platform of OTT subscribed in your television, and most of the time you are watching two, get rid of the rest 8. It will save you some money. Also, it will save you a lot of time browsing. So similarly, if you have so many unused thing, you can get rid of them as well. And if there are people who are eating away your precious time and not adding any value, on the contrary, they are taking you to a lower state, they are criticizing you too much, or etc etc, you can get away or get rid of those people as well. What I'm asking you here is that I'm not asking to do everything together. What I'm asking you is, take one area of your life and try to simplify it using minimalism. Use or keep only what you need. All right. Now, need can be defined in multiple ways. So, what I will ask you, that maybe the things that you have not used in the last 1 year, maybe those are the things that needs to go away from your belongings. Because if you have not used them in last 1 year, chances are very very less that you will ever use them, because in last 1 year it has seen all the seasons, it has seen all the cycles, and it was not used, then maybe in future also it will not be used, right? There are exceptions to that, of course there are exceptions to everything, but in general these are the things that you need to get away with or get rid of. When you add minimalism in your any area of your life, what happens, it will reduce your choices. For example, so let's say you have wardrobe full of clothes, hundreds of clothes are there. So every morning when you are waking up, you are scrolling or browsing through this hundreds of pair of clothes that you need to decide one to wear. All right. Whereas if you have only 7 or 8 or maximum 10 pair of clothes, you need to give very less time to decide which one to pick, right? And most of the time one or two will be dirty or in the laundry, so you have even lesser clothes to decide from, right? So what happens when you limit your choice, it simplifies a lot of things. It can save you from decision fatigue. That same energy you can use to take more important decision during the day, right? And it saves you from a lot of time, it saves a lot of space, it saves a mental clutter inside your head. Although things are taking space in the physical space, but as it is outside, the similar kind of energy we tend to receive also, and that's how it starts creating a clutter inside the mind as well. So when things are simplified, things mental we are at mental ease. All right. All right, so this is about minimalism. Pick one area of your life and try to simplify things. And when I'm saying simplify things, I'm not saying that it will be easy. It will not be easy to live up with 5 or 7 pair of clothes. It will not be easy to have just 1 or 2 pair of shoes. Sometimes you will feel that there is a lack, so you need to keep at it. It will not be easy. It will be simple. So simplify, that is the mantra of minimalism. So pick one area of your life, simplify that by decluttering and adding minimalism in that area. All right. So the next thing is write down the story worthy moments of the day. Okay. So this is a daily habit that you need to do, or maybe weekly. Each week, sometime you sit down and you think of in the whole week, or best is if you do it every day, just 3 or 4 lines you need to write about what was the story worthy moment of that day. What will happen with this habit, it will take less than 5 minutes, or maybe 2 to 3 minutes at max. 1 minute to think about that moment, and 2 minutes to write about 2 to 3 lines. If you want to go long, it's up to you. If you can write more, it's up to you, but I will suggest that you write it by hand, so that it gets printed on your head. What what it will give you return. First thing is that you will have a lot to talk about when you are sitting with people. There will be so many story worthy moments that you can tell. There will be so many story worthy moments that you can share with people that will resonate with that particular discussion which is going on, because every day there will be a different story worthy moment from a different field. And this story worthy moment can be from anything: your personal life, your professional life, something you have watched on TV, and maybe the combination of multiple things, maybe a conversation that you were having with your phone, with your friend on phone, or something similar, right? So that story worthy moment, or something that you have watched on television, maybe fiction also, but if it is a story worthy, it is worthy to be shared, it's worthy to be written down as well. So when you will write, it will sharpen your memory, number one. And number two, because when you are writing, you are at that particular thought for a longer period of time, it might give you new perspective as well to think about the same event. All right. So these are the massive returns. And slowly when you are, so let's say that you are doing it for, let's say, for next 1 year. In next 1 year, there will be at least 30 to 40 events which will appear in one way when they happened with you, and when you are starting to write about it, a new perspective will emerge. So slowly you will be you will start seeing things from another perspective as well. That will reduce the conflict, that will give you the ability to understand other people as well, what they are thinking, what they want. So this is a big massive return for that. Another thing, you will have a lot to talk about when you are sitting in a gathering. You can share so many insightful things with people that will be appreciated. And at the same time, be attentive in that conversation as well, so that you can get some story worthy moment from there as well. Anyways, and also it will sharpen your memory, because when you are revisiting the event within a short amount of time, it will be printed inside your head. So anytime when somebody is asking about that event, you will have a better picture of that event inside your head. So these are the massive results for your life for having this small habit of writing down the story worthy moments. Next is adding one break of joy in the day. What does it mean? I have talked about it earlier as well. So pick one activity which you like. Anything. You like having cup of tea, you like scribbling, you like doodling, or you like creating zentangle, you like singing, you like playing music, whatever it is. Take one break in during the day, or maybe you like listening to music as well. So just take one break during the day, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or 5 minutes, not more than that, and indulge in that particular activity only. So if you like having cup of tea, turn off your mobile, turn off your television, turn off your all the screens, and maybe do not talk to anyone except the people to whom you love and the people who gives you energy instead of sucking your energy out. Okay, so turn off all the distraction and just enjoy having that cup of tea, or whatever you like, whatever your hobby is, whatever your pick is. So let's say you like to play music, let's say guitar. So just take 5 minutes of break, play the guitar. Do not turn on the television, do not keep your phone with you, do not talk to someone when you are doing it. Just engage in that activity completely with all your senses. How does that strings feeling on your fingers? How is the sound? Right? What you are able to smell, or whatever it is. Engage all your senses in that particular activity only. Okay, and it will take 3 to 5 minutes, but what it will do, it will reset your mood. If you are stressed about something, it will relieve that stress. Okay, because you are focused, because you are engaged in some particular activity that you like doing, your mind will get a signal that everything is all right. Your stress level, your cortisol level will come down, your blood pressure will come down, I mean, to a healthy level. It will increase your energy. So if you are taking that break somewhere in the middle of the day or in the evening, rest of the day you can enjoy having good amount of energy, and you can enjoy the rest of the day in a better way. Okay, it de-stresses you. Also, after some time you can change this activity, right? Okay, so let's say that you are playing guitar for the next 3 months, 4 months. After 3 months, 4 months, it became kind of monotonous, or it became kind of routine. You can change it to something else. Take a break of joy with something else, let's say having a cup of tea, or going out for a walk for 5 minutes, or talking to someone for 5 minutes. Talking to someone, I would say that you should avoid. But anyways, whatever you like, whatever makes you feel good, do that for 5 minutes. If it is creative something, it's great. Okay, if it is not, you can find ways to be creative about it. Okay, all right, so this was another tip, which will take 5 minutes of the day. And if you're not able to do it daily, don't consider it as a failure. If you are able to do it 2 or 3 times or 4 times in a week, it's good enough. It's very good. Okay, all right, so this was another thing which is very small, takes less than 5 minutes, but it can change the entire dynamics of the day, entire dynamics of the week, and therefore it can change the entire dynamic of your life as well. Next is measuring something you want to improve. All right, so let's say you want to improve your running mileage. Okay, so what is very subtle thing that you can do to improve anything in life? It is to measure that, it is to track it. So if you want to improve the mileage of your run on a weekly basis, do it, I mean, do track it on a daily basis, or at least on a weekly basis. Write down daily what how much you have run today, and every week put a number inside you that okay, this week I went out twice, and I ran for, let's say, 2 kilometer each time, so total of 4 kilometer. And you will be surprised that next week you will have an inclination to make it to 4.1 or 4.2 kilometer. Okay, and if you are not able to do it, don't stress about it. Third week will give you better result, fourth week will give you better result. But the idea here is to track that particular thing. If you are able to track it, someday or the other, sooner or later, it will improve. This is the rule of thumb. Everything that gets measured, it will get improved. All right, don't ask me how. There is a lot of psychology behind it. There are some theories which I agree with, there are some theories which I don't agree with, and I have experienced this personally also, that if I track something down, it gets improved. If I track my workout gets improved. If I track how much time I'm spending, how my morning routine is going, it gets improved. Right, so if you are going, I mean, if you want to improve upon anything, just track it. It will take less than 2 to 3 minutes, but it will give you, definitely it will give you great results. All right, last but not the least is gratitude. Gratitude is what, I mean, being grateful about something. So in this particular episode, in this particular activity, what I will ask you is, at the end of the day, or maybe in the beginning of the day, think about what was the great thing, what was one thing you can be grateful about in the entire day, and try to make it different from the last one. So today, if you are very grateful for your health, good enough. But tomorrow, think of something related to relationship. Day after, try to think of something which is related to your wealth or your family. And it can be about event. So let's say that you went out and weather was harsh, and when in the that moment you went out, the weather became pleasant or weather improved upon, so you can be grateful to god that you got a good weather when you were out. So small thing, very small thing. Write down. This is very important, that at the end of the day or beginning of the day, that you are writing about that particular thing. Because when you are writing about that, you are giving it more time inside your head. When you are thinking about it, it will be in a flash of the second, but when you are writing it, it will take 1 2 minutes. So you are giving more time to that particular thought, for being grateful about that event, that thing, that person, or whatever it is. All right, so when you are grateful about something, so when you are writing one thing every day for a long period of time, it will give you a great perspective that how blessed you are. That's one thing. Second, it will shift your mindset from lack to abundance, from poverty to prosperity. From thinking that I don't have this, I don't have that, you will start thinking, oh, I have this as well, I have that as well. I have good relationship, I have good health, I have this position, that position, I have mobile, I have internet, I have laptop, I have couch, I have bed, I have roof over my head, etc etc etc. So many things are there that we can be grateful about. And when your perspective, when your mindset shifts from poverty to prosperity, from lack to abundance, you start attracting more of abundance. When you start feeling happier, that okay, I have this, I have this, you start feeling happier, it attracts more of happiness. This small thing has great great potential to change the entire life of yours. And it will take not less than 2 minutes, not more than 2 minutes or 3 minutes, to think about one thing you are grateful for in the entire day, and write down about that. Okay, so these were the few small things that are very small actually, that takes less than 5 minutes, but if you practice them, they have a massive result on your life, on your happiness, on your success, on your productivity, on your energy, on your overall aura, on your overall personality, they have a massive result. I'm not asking you that you can start everything all together from today onwards. Just pick one, whichever you like, and you start working on that. And within a week, 2 week, or 3 weeks down the line, you will start seeing that result. It will take some time to show the result because these are very tiny thing, very tiny thing. But because they are very tiny, it will take some time to show the result. Be patient, it will take some time. At least for next 1 month, if you are spending 2 to 3 minutes each day, which is like 90 minutes in the entire month, right? It's not too big of an investment that I am asking for. Just invest 90 minutes to 2 hours in one particular month, and you will start seeing the results. And when you will start seeing the result, you will be surprised that for such a small investment I'm getting this great result. Right. All right, so this was all about the topic of the day. But before we end this episode of the day, I want to announce the membership of Holistic Happiness Club. And as I said, Holistic Happiness Club is the place where we talk everything about happiness. It talks about your success, it talks about you being going inwards, working on your inner world, working on your belief system, working on your core baselines, core values, working on your goals, working on your health, working on gratefulness, working on mindfulness, working on forgiveness, everything else. So Holistic Happiness Club provides everything related to everything that connects happiness, that connects the dot of happiness, because we believe that happiness lies in the balance of everything that comprises in the life. So when there is a balance, you will be happy. So this here we try to create the balance in between everything. Okay, so become the member of Holistic Happiness Club. There will be so many perks of being a member in the Holistic Happiness Club. You can message me about how can you join the member, how can you become the member of Holistic Happiness Club. I have written an ebook. This is a second announcement again. This I have written an ebook, very small pocket size ebook with a lot of actionable item that will increase your happiness quotient, that will make you more successful, that will change your mindset, that will shift something in your mindset and tune you for more success and more happiness. Right, so this is very small, very pocket size, but full of actionable steps. It's not theory. Okay, so the name of the ebook is Happiness Blueprint: Practical Strategies for Achieving Fulfilled Life. And I will leave the link to download this ebook in the description, in the show notes, so you can download this ebook from there. Right, and if you want to book a one-to-one call with me and you want to understand that what is blocking your success, your happiness, and if you want to draw your personal happiness blueprint with me on a one-to-one call, you can book that one-to-one call with me. I will leave the link in the description or in the show notes to book that one-to-one call with me. All right, with that we have reached to the end of the episode. And if you want to connect with me on social media, Instagram is the place. Happiness Architect is my Instagram handle. And if you want to check out my website, akshatiwari.in is my website. Right, so till the time, here we are ending our episode, and till the time we are seeing each other again, take care of you, take care of your loved one, take care of the people around you, and always remember, happiness is a lifestyle. Bye bye. God bless you. Take care.